could have Climbing the tree wasn't going to help any in this situation. The reed was a lot shorter since that creature had savaged it. Yet another path led off into the forest. Yet another path. The path led to where the boar hung out. There was no telling where it went. There was no telling where it went. The rock was partially overgrown by creepers. The creeper just came away from the rock as I pulled it. The creeper lay on the ground, looking pretty crept out. The creeper didn't look like it would hold my weight. It was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. It didn't look like a natural formation. I remembered Ketch's log. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? Seemed pretty relevant now. No good. I'd have to be bitten by a radioactive spider before I stood any chance of getting up there. The creeper felt unpleasant and fleshy. The marker wasn't going to stay attached to anything as thick as the creeper. The marker clipped firmly onto the net. The electronic marker was wrapped up in the net. Great. I'd created some sort of creeper marker fishing net assembly. Sometimes I terrify myself with my creative genius. The marker was fastened to the creeper by the net. Now it was starting to look like something useful. I'd successfully got the marker into a position near the top of the needle simply by using the kind of lateral thinking that can get you institutionalized. It was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. That high up, the marker should be visible for miles. I wasn't going to pull it down now I'd got it up there. Climbing the tree wasn't going to help any in this. Climbing the tree. The branch wasn't as strong as I'd thought. That branch had helped me all it was going to. Not far away, I could see Camel's Hump Hill. Yet it was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. It didn't look like a natural formation. I remembered Ketch's log. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? It seemed pretty relevant now. No good. I'd have to be bitten by a radioactive spider before I stood any chance of getting up there. The rock was partially overgrown by creepers. The creeper just came away from the rock as I pulled it. The creeper lay on the ground, looking pretty crept out. The creeper didn't look like it would hold my weight. It was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. The marker clipped firmly onto the net. The electronic marker was wrapped up in the net. The reed was a lot shorter since that creature had savaged it. Great. I'd created some sort of creeper marker fishing net assembly. Sometimes I terrify myself with my creative genius. The marker was fastened to the creeper by the net. Now it was starting to look like something useful. I'd successfully got the marker into a position near the top of the needle simply by using the kind of lateral thinking that can get you institutionalized. That high up, the marker should be visible for miles. I wasn't going to pull it down now I'd got it up there. The branch wasn't as strong as I'd thought. That branch had helped me all it was going to. It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock. It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock. I could see the marker I had fastened on the rock down in the forest, and right in line with it, that had to be where Ketch had hidden his treasure. The track led in the direction of the rock I'd seen through the theodolite. The steep path led back to the clearing where I'd shot the boar, correctly politically, non-fatally, of course.
A guard patrolled the deck. He was sure to be armed. The Xibalba Princess lay at anchor just below Tower Bridge. I knew I'd found the right ship as soon as I saw Pablo at the rail. The crate was a good hiding place, but I couldn't stay there forever. It was risky, but I thought I could get to the next crate unseen. It was Tower Bridge, a magnificent mess of mock Gothic architecture and Victorian engineering. My business was here, not on Tower Bridge. It was the Tower of London, originally built by the French, naturally. I was too busy to play the tourist. A mop for swabbing the deck stood against the wall. It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker. Metal hooks had been welded onto each side of the door frame. A ladder gave access to the cabin's roof. It was a porthole to the main cabin. It was a porthole to the main cabin. It was the door to the boat's main cabin. I couldn't make it to the gangplank without being seen. The gangplank crossed a collection of heaving litter. I suppose the Thames was under it somewhere. No, that's wrong. The cupboard stored a collection of cleaning materials. The tactical advantage of hiding in there escaped me. It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker. It was then that I realized that there was no lock. cupboard stored a collection of cleaning materials. It was then that I realized that there was no lock. It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker. The cupboard stored a collection of cleaning materials. The tactical advantage of hiding in there escaped me. It was then that I realized got you. It was a porthole to the main cabin.
But the collar woman was there. They'll know it was me.
But you have the stone. The right stone, you're sure?
Yes, of course, it's the Jaguar stone. No possible mistake. Here it is. Karzak, please. The police will be looking for me soon. You're going to get me out of the country, aren't you?
Stop your whining, Oublier. Do you have any idea what this stone symbolizes?
I thought you just wanted it to frighten the natives.
Fool. I intend to cast this stone into the sea.
But why? It's unique.
Exactly. With it gone, the Mayan priest's plan to destroy Tezcatlipoca cannot succeed.
I can assure you that Tezcatlipoca is a mythical figure.
Such a small mind you live in. Tezcatlipoca is real. I have seen him in my dreams. We have spoken of his plans for this world. We have spoken of your part in these plans.
My part?
He told me you would be useful. He told me how to crush your spirit by turning you to drugs.
My wife died. You know that full well. She was my world, my everything.
And now, you are no longer useful. She called out your name as she died, you know.
What? What are you saying?
And then they thought you'd done it. It all worked perfectly.
You? It was you? You bastard! You monster! For the love of God, Karzak!
Which one?
Oublier lay sprawled across the table. There were no signs of life, but I checked that Oublier really was beyond help. It was the jaguar stone that Oublier had stolen from the museum. It was identical in size and shape to the coyote stone. A stylized carving of a jaguar decorated one side. We were going to need the stone to thwart Karzak. I knew Oublier would have approved. It was the jaguar stone, all right. My sight had become tunnel vision. I knew I was dying. I was seconds from death. I had to stop him somehow.
Pirates? I was about to make good my escape when...
What? Who the hell are you?
I can explain everything.
Don't bother.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were making a movie.
So who are you?
Stobart. George Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's.
It's okay, Mr. Hawks. He wasn't in the shot.
Hawks? This had to be Carlton Hawks, the newest enfant terrible of Tinseltown. I'd read about him. Mailroom boy makes good. Nice to know it was still possible to get to be a director armed with only an encyclopedic knowledge of postal charges.
Stay out of the way, surfer boy. I'll deal with you later.
Surfer boy? The great director. Well, that's what his pose was supposed to say. He reminded me of Ed Wood. It was a camera mounted on a precarious dolly, or whatever they call them. You wouldn't get me up there. It was the cameraman. He was a middle-aged man with a pockmarked face. It looked even worse than the ones I'd just been through. I'd need a damn good reason before I'd go into those woods. It was a pile of pancakes which were being devoured by the big guy. He couldn't get enough of them. It was a plate of buns. There was a pot of delicious-looking maple syrup on the table. The bun was so stale it felt like a small rock. It was a plain pancake. It was a pot of maple syrup. It was a stale bun which could easily have passed for a rock.
Hi, George Stobart.
Hello, mate.
You're English, right?
Blimey, you don't miss much, do you? Bert Savage. Have you seen what the caterers laid on today? Buns and pancakes.
That's awful.
It's an improvement on yesterday. The buns are stale, but the pancakes are bloody lovely.
How long have you been in the movie business?
Flipping years, mate. Absolutely flipping years. I was in the army before that. Thought to myself, you've been risking your bleeding neck every day, why not cash in on it like?
So you became a stuntman, just like that?
Nah, of course not. I had to do the training first.
What training does a stuntman do?
First, they told me to stand in the road. Then, they run me down. Straight up. Drove at me with a car. I couldn't believe it. I was up on the bonnet and over the other side before I realised he wasn't stopping. Then they threw me downstairs a bit and gives me a certificate.
Did you ever work with Carol Climax?
The Dirty Dachshund? I'll say. flipping princess, mate.
I heard she was very beautiful.
Mind you, she acted like one too. Ordering this, demanding that.
Did you ever meet Bertrand Oubier?
Meet him? No. I saw him a few times, though. He didn't like his wife being in films.
Do you think Oubier murdered his wife?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Mind you, there were plenty of people who could have done her in.
I thought the public loved her.
Yeah, but people who knew her saw the other side.
Would you like a bun?
No way. The last one I tried cracked my dentures.
Do you want to try some syrup with your pancakes?
No thanks, mate. I've got to watch my waistline.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
No thanks, mate. I've plenty here.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
No thanks, mate. I've plenty here.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
No thanks, mate.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
What's that, mate? Stone axe?
No, it's just a piece of polished stone.
Very nice indeed. Shine it up a bit, get a few bob for that.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
My name's Harris. Most people call me Flash.
You're the cameraman, right?
That's right.
Why'd they call you Flash? You used to be a stills photographer?
Nope.
I decided not to pursue the subject. There was nothing else I wanted to ask the cameraman. I'd seen a lot of strange things on this island, but here was a bush that was buzzing. As I walked towards the bush, it started buzzing angrily. It was a woman with huge boots and an impressive cleavage. The kid looked more like a common street punk than a movie star. For some reason, the makeup department had given him a liberal sprinkling of zits. It was a plank balanced precariously on a barrel. I wasn't going to upset Hawks anymore by tampering with his props. The stockade was surrounded by a dry moat filled with sharp wooden stakes. No way was I going to try and jump it. Those stakes looked real. More Davy Crockett than Long John Silver. I didn't think Hawks would want me roaming about in the stockade. The path led up to Camel's Hump Hill. I could think of about 30,000 reasons for not going back in there, and all of them had wings. Not such a good idea. The drawbridge was up. I couldn't see any way of lowering the drawbridge, or any reason for wanting to. It was the forest I'd just come through. I could think of about 30,000... Hi there, George Stobart.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Haiku McEwen.
Is your name really Haiku?
Yeah. It was my mom's idea, okay? When I was born, I was so small and perfectly formed I reminded her of a Japanese poem.
Well, I guess it could have been worse. She could have called you Limerick.
That's my middle name.
Did you always want to be an actor?
I don't think of what I do as acting, man.
You're not alone.
It's more like I'm the voice of my generation. What I'm saying for the kids on the street.
Which is what? I'm crap, I'm going nowhere?
Huh? What are you saying, man?
Stobart, get out of shot. Positions, everybody.
I'll get a flip chart and explain it to you later, Haiku.
Haiku, baby, are you ready?
Okay, man. Which scene is this?
You've been captured by Silver's accomplice, Pirate Babs, who's fallen in love with you. Okay, people, top of page 76, Sharon.
What about my big speech?
It's been cut. Everybody ready?
Up to speed.
Quiet on the set. Okay, let's make magic.
Oh, please.
And action!
Why don't you forget that dumb old squire and his bunch of merry men? Can't you see we were made for each other?
I know, but Squire Trelawney saved my life, Captain Babs. Why, if it hadn't have been for him, that giant octopus would have made mincemeat out of me.
But right now he thinks you're a traitor. He's locked you out of the stockade, Jimbo.
That 20-foot high wall with spikes might have kept out Silver's men, but it ain't gonna stop me.
Oh, Jimbo.
And cut! Good heavy breathing, Sharon.
Natch, I'm a pro.
Did you get the heavy breathing, Flash?
Did I ever, boss? You should have made this movie in 3D.
Haiku, you were great. We're setting up for the stunt now, so get a bite to eat. Savage, on set, damn it.
The kid looked more like a common street punk than a movie star. Hey, Haiku,
Yeah, man.
would you like a bun?
No way, man. I have to be careful what I eat.
Yeah, never eat anything smarter than yourself. I may not be making millions of dollars, and I may not have thousands of nubile, if uncritical, young women lusting for my body, but I've got something that you haven't. This small piece of coal.
Man, you're getting freaky on me.
What do you think of Haiku McEwen?
What's to think? The kid will have earned more by the time his balls drop than I'll earn in a lifetime. Good luck to him.
It was Bert, the aging stuntman. It was a woman with huge boots and an impressive cleavage. Hey there, I'm George Stobart.
Well, hi, handsome. You're cute. I wish it was you playing the lead male instead of that kid.
I can't act, ma'am.
So what? I bet you can kiss.
I couldn't believe I was having this conversation with a real movie star. What's it like sharing the spotlight with an actor who's young enough to be your son?
What do you mean?
What part are you playing?
Pirate Babs, the ruthless and passionate lady buccaneer. It's a great part. I get to kiss a lot, and I kick ass. Like the boots?
Would you like this bun?
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Hogs is watching me. Don't let him see it. Oh, he's looking right at me.
What's the matter?
Never mind. Just put that cake away and pretend you weren't talking to me.
What do you think of these?
Ew, they're awful.
You have no idea how much you've just gone up in my estimation. Take a look at this ancient Mayan artifact.
That's just a hunk of stone with a picture scratched on it.
In a way, I guess. You don't happen to have seen anything similar, have you?
No.
I found this reed in the swamp on the other side of the island.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I used it to shoot a poison dart at a wild boar. It was a real-life drama, not just a scene from a movie.
Right.
She was having trouble with the whole real life is not a movie concept.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
Don't mind if I do.
I don't want to worry you, but there's a hornet's nest over in that bush.
Hornets. That reminds me of a film I was in. The Black Hornet.
The Black Hornet? I don't remember seeing that one.
Before your time, most likely.
What happens in it?
Lummy, what don't happen in it? I was shot, stabbed, fed to piranhas, dangled from an airship, and trampled by a zebra.
No, I mean, what was the plot?
Plot?
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the cameraman.
Mr. Hawks, I was wondering if...
Not now. I've got a movie to make. Time for the stunt, Savage. It's a short run, bounce on the plank, and somersault over the spikes and stockade wall.
What?
Plank, spikes, wall, over. Easy, a child could do it.
My age? You must be joking.
I could replace you, Savage.
Yeah, with an arthritic baboon.
Replace me? Lummy, this could be the last stunt I ever perform. I need to think about this. Get myself in the right frame of mind.
A suicidal one would fit the bill for that stunt.
Fine, you do that. In the meantime, we'll break for lunch.
Oh, great. I'm famished.
Stay right there and meditate, Savage.
Tight-ass little git.
The great director. Well, that's what his pose was supposed to say. He reminded me of Ed Wood. I was talking to Mr. Savage, the stuntman. Is he all right?
What makes you say that?
He's not making any sense.
The guy's English.
What's the name of the movie?
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
It's Treasure Island, the only book I ever read twice.
I don't recall any girls in Treasure Island.
Gotta think box office. People like that kind of thing.
What other changes have you made to the story?
Just a few minor details.
You haven't written out Long John Silver.
Are you questioning my integrity as an artist? Of course Silver's still in it. We've even hung on to Captain Flint.
His parrot.
His trained attack falcon. Why do you think Blind Pew's blind?
Did you say you've changed the ending of the story?
That's right.
Do they find the treasure?
Yeah, but that comes later, after they've escaped the volcanic eruption.
A volcano?
Sure. Krakatoa.
All the millions spent on a movie, and nobody thinks to buy an atlas. Who's playing Jim Hawkins?
Haiku McEwen. Oh, don't tell me you've never heard of him.
I don't go to the movies too often.
Jeez. Haiku is only the hottest teen star in Hollywood. That's why we're on such a tight schedule. Gotta film the close-ups before he hits puberty.
Who's the leading lady?
Don't you recognize her? That's Sharon Kowalski.
Oh, right. I'd never heard of her. You know what the locals call this place, don't you?
No, but I guess you're gonna tell me.
Zombie Island.
Zombies?
A crazed gleam came into his eye.
Get me the writers. Get me makeup. I want zombie pirates in this movie by the end of today.
There was nothing else I wanted. Hey, Haiku.
Yeah, man.
You're playing Jim Hawkins, right?
Jimbo. I had Mr. Hawks change his name.
Jimbo Hawkins, right. There was nothing else I wanted to ask him. No. It was a pancake covered in maple syrup.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
What do you think of Hawk's treatment of Treasure Island?
It's okay, I guess. I never saw the original.
It's a book. One of my favorites.
Really? The novelization's out already?
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
There was nothing else. There was nothing else.
Hey, Haiku.
Yeah, man.
Do you like a pancake?
Look at that thing, man. It's dripping with syrup. You'll have every bug in 10 miles on your case if you get that stuff on you.
I guess you're right.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
Would you like a bite of this pancake?
Hell no. I only have to look at those things and my thighs swell like balloons.
An interesting concept.
Another pancake, Bert?
Yeah, go on.
The pancake oozed maple syrup all over Bert's chins.
Ugh, you put bloody syrup on that pancake. Now it's messed me all up.
Maple syrup had dribbled down Bert's face and shirt. Those hornets were not pleased. That was no good. I didn't want another one of the pancakes in my pocket. Those hornets were not pleased.
Hey, Haiku.
Yeah, man.
There was nothing else I wanted. There was nothing else. There was nothing else.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
I couldn't think of anything else to talk to her about. I wasn't going to upset Hawks anymore by tampering with his props. It was a plank balanced precariously on a barrel. Maple syrup had dribbled down.
Another pancake, Bert?
I'm not having another one of them.
No, I had to think of something else. No. Nope. Wrong. I'd better think this through. There was a hornet's nest somewhere in that bush. Now I knew why that bush was buzzing. Hornets. I wasn't going near that bush. There was a hornet's nest somewhere in that bush. Those hornets were not pleased. There was nothing else I wanted to ask the cameraman. There was nothing else I wanted. You wouldn't get me up. Another pancake, Bert?
I'm not having another one of them. What have you got there?
I didn't think you'd be interested in that. No. No. I had... No. Wrong. I don't... Wrong. Not such a good... Not such... No. Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
I couldn't... I didn't think Hawks would want me roaming about in the stockade. More Davy Crockett than Long John Silver. Not such a good idea. No way was I going to try and jump it. Those stakes looked real. The stockade was surrounded by a dry moat filled with sharp wooden stakes. Those hornets were not pleased. He was too busy with the film. I didn't think he'd be interested in that. Hey, Haiku.
Yeah, man. You got something to show me?
I'd like your opinion on something.
Yeah? What?
He was too interested in himself. Hey, Haiku,
Yeah, man. You got something to show me?
I'd like your opinion on something.
Yeah? What?
He was too interested in himself. I didn't want another one. I was already carrying one of the stale buns. Hey, Haiku,
Yeah, man. You got some?
I'd like...
Yeah?
He was... Hey,
Yeah. You got some?
I'd...
Yeah?
He was too...